left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Wake and Jake in the morning, Wake and Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Bakers, and welcome to Wake and Jake. We got a speed episode today. Myself, Big Baby David, might have to be show today. Might have to tighten it around the edges. It's been a Monday morning at JOMBOY Media. We had to get a new Wi-Fi router. That delayed Weekly Dumb a little bit, which pushed this, which will bring us right up to talking baseball. So me and Beavers are going to get into it. It's going to be like a tight 20 minutes of baseball. Or no, baseball and sports.
Yeah.
Sports. How you
Got
doing?
everything on the schedule. There's 20 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock right now.
Right then. BBD, how are you?
I'm doing well.
BBD went on a Best Buy run to get a router.
Went on the Best Buy run, got the router, and you saw the rest of my weekend. Hudson Valley Renegades, fun.
Yeah, we shout out to Hudson Valley Renegades if you were following along. They rolled out the carpet for us. It was a lot of fun. Me and JOMBOY threw out the first pitch. We played a game during the third inning. We played a ton of blitzball there, which is going to be really good content for Back Alley at Bats. So go check that out. BBD, let's do a tidy game of the night, because I do think it leads into an important conversation. And, you know, sure, I'm a Yankees fan, and I'd never drink Red Sox tears on the air, but Sunday night baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays hosted the Boston Red Sox, and they went for the sweep. Holy smokes. How about Shane McClanahan? The young lad from Ireland. That's not true. He's American. Hard-throwing lefty versus Nick the Dick Pivetta for the Sox. And, man, how about our guy B. Lau? Brandon Lau, he's a really good ball player. He hits a 2-run homer to put the Rays up 2-0 in the third. In the fourth, Hunter Renfroe revenge game. He hits a solo dong. Manny Margot, I was having some Coach Ball game flashbacks. Us, World Series, watching Manny Margot. How fun was that? And then he actually he did a baseball recap video where he put a picture of that in there. So how about that? Doogie Doo-Why. Verdugo scores a run on a wild pitch. It's 3-2. The Sox put on a defensive display in the 8th inning. Renfroe throw. What's his name? Devers had a great play. I think there was another one, too. And it felt like there was some good Boston energy, like they might do this one to prevent the sweep. They get some runners on. Whistler in for the save for the Rays. He throws 90% sliders. Gets JD Martinez to end it. Tampa Bay Rays sweep the Red Sox to go from down 1.5 in the AL East to up 1.5 in the AL East. How about
Clean
that?
swap.
How about that? That's a clean swap. And that's brought to you by the JOMBOY Media Store. Go buy a shirt. Buy 2 shirts. That's our whole marketing campaign. We actually do have some sneaky new swag in there. We haven't fully marketed
We'll see an
yet.
official launch soon, but you can get it.
Go click around. And, I mean, that's a big story. Haven't talked to you guys since the trade deadline. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We did an NBA draft episode last time. I know you guys are adapting to NBA, Jake and BBD. Numbers were a little low. We also dropped it early, but I thought that would be good before the draft because it's draft day. So, hey, whatever. Love you guys. Thank you.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of stuff going on last week. It's going to be a busy August, man. Holy smokes. I'm just going to keep rolling. No breathing today. We're just rolling.
Yep. I have a take on Rays Red Sox that I have the right to change at any time.
Let it out.
I think I'd rather the Rays just win the division because I believe in the Red Sox to fall apart much more. And if the Yankees sneak into the wild card, I'd much rather face Boston than Tampa because Tampa terrifies me in one game.
It's a really interesting conversation. I mean, the Rays have a crazy run differential, 112, which do with that what you want because Toronto is actually similar, 107. And they're starting to figure some things out. Toronto's won 4 straight. The Yankees have won 3 straight. The Red Sox lost 4 straight. So the AL East has gotten a little more interesting. I mean, you can't actually talk about the Yankees yet. 5.5 back of the Red Sox in the wild card. Man, Tampa, it really is, it's mental warfare. I do like their lineup. I think their lineup is better than Rays teams past. They have less platoon guys than they normally have.
Especially with Cruz.
Lau is going to play. Cruz is going to play. Randy's going to play. Meadows is going to play. Like Wander Franco, who had a huge series, he's going to play. So I really like Zunino, like in their big games.
They're really just like their outfielders cycle around. You play the matchup game. And all of them can defend all three spots.
And that's the thing. Like Kiermaier, Phillips, Margot, like those guys are some of the best defensive outfielders in baseball. So if they give you anything else, it's crazy. The Rays have a formula, and it works, man. It works. You got Yandy and Choi. So, yeah, they've got a 1.5 lead in the AL East. Boston, little nervous times. I mean, they're waiting for Sale to come back. That can change the ship. They're waiting for Schwarbo to come back. That can change the ship. Also, schedule stuff. I mean, they got beat by the Rays in the Trop. A lot of teams do that. The Rays have been playing good baseball for a while, but their pitching staff it's kind of no-name, so that's wild right now. And, hey, let's get to the good juice. Our New York Yankees might be fun again, and that's as exciting as it gets. They've been playing a good brand of baseball for, what, like a month now? Except like the Boston series.
Like, by record, it's been like almost kind of 6 weeks of sneaky good.
Yeah, I mean, except the Boston series, which was the big series on national stage that kind of mattered, and they could have won 3, if not 4 of those games. Instead, they lost 3, which, man, what would we be saying now if they took 1 or 2 more of those games? But Joey Gallo, Anthony Rizzo, holy smokes, talk about your bro of the nights. Rizzo has been a breath of fresh air in Yankee land. The perfect formula of power, opposite field hitting, good defense, and being Italian. I said that on Talking Yanks. Still believe it. Man, if the Blue Jays get back in the mix, Barrios and all that. Dad is running hot. I love it. I love it. I love it. We do have Talking Baseball coming up at noon. Let's see, is there any other division stuff? Indians are down to 500. They stink. White Sox are really good.
Did they just lose a series, though? Not that I don't think it matters to them.
They might have. Let's see. They won their last game. They're 4-6 in their last 10. I mean, they're going to win the division, so it doesn't matter.
I think, now that I think about it, the thing I saw was Bob Nightingale had wow, White Sox. He had a joke about White Sox clinching the division in August, and then Fuzzy quote tweeted and said, wow, Cleveland's the favorite now. That's what I saw. I don't think they actually are struggling.
Shout out Fuzzy. Love me some Fuzzy. The Houston Astros and Tampa Bay Rays are tied for the best record in the American League. And go check out. We've been hyping the Houston Astros because you look at that lineup on paper, you look at that rotation, A plus B equals C. Look at the Rays, and they have the same record in a tougher division. It's a tougher division. The Rays are sickos. And Houston actually got beat by the San Francisco Giants, who continue to not get respect and continue to beat the best teams in baseball.
And they did make a big move.
And they made a huge move. They got Chris Bryant, who he homered in his first game. All of the Chicago Cubs homered in their first game.
Whenever Schwarber makes his Red Sox debut, we got to take him.
Oh, wow. Love that. Good eye, BBD. Good eye. G-O-O-D-E-Y-E.
I'm not sure I'm going to know ahead of time.
Sure.
Today's the day he's doing it, but
we'll keep an eye out for it. The San Francisco Giants, man, they just continue. They continue to roll. They have the Dodgers 3 games back. The Dodgers are gross now. Mookie Betts played second base last night because guess what? He can do that. Padres 6.5 back of the Giants. I mean, they're starting to get into a woe territory where, like, it might just be wild card season, man. I mean,
they kind of can't hope because they'd have to jump 2 teams to take the division, too.
How many games are the Reds back from them? Because I think the Reds won another series. Reds are 4 back from the Padres.
Yeah.
And their division sucks ass.
Yeah. Outside of Milwaukee, they can do some beating up.
Did you see the Cardinals starting pitching staff that came out the other day?
I saw Lindsey Adler's tweet about the pitching staff.
The St. Louis Cardinals.
I think Jack's coming back soon-ish,
right?
So that'll change it. But
currently in their rotation, 4 of their starting pitchers' fastballs are under 90 miles per hour.
J-Happ is the hardest thrower on the team.
90. We went to high A, and their softest thrower is 93. Like, that's just... So the Cardinals, I think they kind of stink. Hopefully they get Flaherty back and get some life, because I do like the Cardinals. But the Reds, man, if you want to talk some schedule stuff, Padres are still going to have to play the Dodgers and the Giants.
One, like a half point going against the Reds is they do not get to play against the Padres again. They played all their games in June. They got 4 games swept in June, and they lost a 3-game set June into July.
That might come back to hurt you. That could also help them if they don't play the Padres anymore.
Yeah.
Or a little protection might be good for the Reds. But, man.
Right now, they'd probably like to. They wish they had a chance to get back at them directly.
I hope we can circle that. The Reds are a fun team. If they can get back in the mix, and the Padres, Tatis probably out for the year.
Did the Reds end up getting a shortstop?
I don't know. Where did Galvis go? Is that
Philly.
Your Phils?
Yeah,
Let's
making their
see.
strength stronger.
Max Schrock. No, it doesn't look like it. I know India's been playing well. I wonder if can he play any short. Winker,
I think
Castellanos.
they don't love his glove, but that's fully
Sure, we're just guessing at this point. Trade deadline. I think we're gonna. It'll get probably won't get mentioned. Talking baseball, we did so much stuff.
There's so much live reactions, and we did
Go check it out there.
We did like post trade thoughts. There's like 3 different episodes. You can figure out which ones.
I think the one thing I was feeling, but I wasn't driving home confidently because the Dodgers,
Reds. Kyle Farmer's still penciled in on roster resources. They're starting shortstop and in the 3-hole.
Huge. Go rake.
Is he good? And I just don't know about it.
Go rake.
No.
Kyle Farmer. No, that just feels wrong. It just feels wrong, and sometimes that happens.
Okay, so it's just funny.
Sometimes that's life. But the Reds, they did win a series against Los Mets, and the game they won was Javi Baez homer game, so that's kind of fun. Mets, man, Phillies or Braves, get your shit together. Like, that's it. There's some Mets schedule stuff that I know Jill in the chat. What's going on, Baker's in the chat? I love you guys. Man, the Mets have a funky schedule, especially in September, so that's something to keep an eye on. Ion, that's a fun word. Ion Anderson. Oh, the thing I want to double down on, the Brewers, man. A, they're good. B, they did some trade deadline stuff. They got some bullpen arms, which the Brewers are really good at working on those. And you have to count Adames.
They shouldn't be, given less credit for going out and doing it earlier.
They did it earlier, and Eduardo Escobar, my guy, Jake Snakes, they did play him at first base, which we kind of joked about. But
the one lineup of theirs that came across my Twitter timeline, he played third, so I didn't know. I didn't know that happened.
It gives the Brewers this funky, flexible team that works for them, and man, watch out for that Brew Crew because they can pitch their ass off, and I think they're gonna find a lineup on a given day. Yelly's got to do a little better.
There's an element of if Yelly steps up, which you got to believe in him to do, because he's Yelly.
I mean, it's not a ton of big name guys, but it's guys that are going to give you bats.
Any given day,
Adames,
you expect 3 of them to click. And
Eddie Escobar, Rowdy Tellez has been doing it for them. We'll see what else happens there. Let's see. Boston is 3 up on Oakland in the AL wildcard. The Yankees are 2.5 back of Oakland. Toronto is 3.5 back. Seattle's 3.5 back. Hope the Oakland A's keep coming back down to earth. That makes the AL wildcard a lot more fun. And do you root against the Padres to bring the Reds into it? I don't know. That's tough.
They got a little time to just kind of slowly chip away. 4 games is doable.
Phillies
make it interesting.
Phillies 1 game under 500. Braves 2. Guys,
the Braves still flip-flopping.
Yes, the Braves have still lost every other game for an MLB record. It's like 16 games now. It's insanity.
7 minutes left.
Insanity. 7 minutes left. I think that's the baseball. Again, trade deadline stuff. Go check it out. We're not going to do like winners and losers.
We've
done all of that.
Talking baseball's coming.
U.S. Soccer played last night. It was kind of a big deal. They won the Gold Cup. I got roped in. Twitter was so excited that I flipped channels, and I got roped in. It was fun. USA and Mexico, big rivalry for years in the CONCACAF. What's that? I want to give her some love. She had some funny tweets last night. She's like Red Sox Twitter, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah Griffin.
Sarah Griffin. She deserves some love. Because Twitter was going off, and she was like trying to inquire what was going on. And she's like, "Oh, USA Soccer's playing, so it's the Olympics." And she's like, "It's not the Olympics." She goes, "It's the Gold Cup." What's the Gold Cup? Is that Mario Kart? And then she said, CONCACAF? Now you're just making stuff up, which is so fair. And that's where soccer loses some people. A lot of moving parts in soccer. Even like
There's just always like some new
Premier
thing going
League
on.
and, like, the
and I
other
so
stuff.
don't know what it is.
A lot of moving parts. So shout out to her. Good Twitter account. So yeah, that was fun last night. It was USA's C team against Mexico's A team, and they pulled it out in like extra time, bonus extra time again, where soccer gets tricky there. So that's fun. Alexi Lilas, A. Do you know who he is, BBD?
The name rings a bell.
So you would know him as the soccer analyst guy. He was huge. Well, A, I'll show you.
He used to be like the ESPN soccer guy.
I think so. I mean, that's him. I've got him on the screen. He's redheaded.
See his name written. I recognize his.
But dude, like, he was such a big deal with U.S. soccer when I was a kid because he had this crazy look and like he was good. And man,
he's like the U.S. good player.
They cut to him after the game, and he was like in tears on the set. And it's so cool that still means a lot to people because that's sports. That's sports. So good for U.S. men's soccer. So back. Everything's back. That's what I tweeted.
Back. Simone Biles is back.
Yankees are back.
I'll put it in the title because
she's going to do the beam.
She's doing beam.
Good for her. Well, I hope good for her. I really hope
hopefully
good
she actually wants to like do it and is ready and just like forced to.
Good for her. Because, man, if she wins, I think she's going to get shit. And if she loses, she's going to get shit. Which is a really bad spot to be in. And that sucks. You know what? Go win, Simone.
But she's doing beam.
Go win, Simone. Win and give everyone the double birds. Just do it. What else is going on? What's the cool, like, Olympics news? I know gymnastics is going on. Jade Carey wins gold.
I'm like not in on the Olympics right now, kind of.
The U.S. women lost this morning. I saw that.
I did see that.
That's a
They're
bad
going to
time.
be in the bronze game, so like nice, but like not today.
Japan baseball beat USA in the
Really? They jumped to Naka a little bit. I saw.
Yeah, I was USA was up 6-3. Japan beat them 7-6 and 10. So they did their extra inning game. So it's double elimination. So I think
they can lose one more.
I think the USA used up their one strike. So that's
well, if there's a team to use it against, it's probably the other team that's favored to win.
And
I think the team favored over them.
I think the two things that were going viral, there was Sifan Hassan. Sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. They fell, I believe, in one of the women's races, and then they did one of those like you just see red and you run, and they won. So that was a cool video. I don't know if that was for the medal or a qualifier, but go look that up. It's really cool. The other thing that went viral was the two high jumpers that tied. Kind of cool. No one is talking about the other side of it, and I'll do it quick because I don't actually care. These two high jumpers, if you didn't see it, they're jumping against each other. I think it was an Italian guy and a guy from Qatar. And they know each other from the jumping circuit. Been there. And so I guess they tied, and the rules official came up to them, and they was like, well, you guys can either do a jump off or you can split the gold medal. So the one guy turns to the other, and he just puts his arm out like this, and the other guy sizes him up, and he's like, all right.
You know what?
So they just get double gold, which, A, I appreciate to the umpteenth degree.
Like for those two guys?
You can shake hands and have a gold medal. You take that. You take that. Also, though, Olympics. Like, if there's one place in the world...
I can't believe you're giving them the choice.
If there's one place in the world that you kind of should be pushing someone's got to win, I don't actually care. Happy for them. That's fun.
You might have said it. What countries were they from, do you know?
I believe it was Qatar, Qatar, and Italy.
I don't know
which
Qatar situations, but I know there's some of the countries where, like, if you don't get a gold, they, like...
Right,
You,
like it's a bad time.
Or like I think like if you get gold, you like don't have to do military service
you're like
and stuff.
You're
exempt
golden
from
for
stuff.
life, literally.
So I don't know what Qatar's situation is. Italy, I believe, is not like that. But
And I do the event I wanted to watch last night. I did catch it. 100 meters men's sprint. I know you guys did some Olympic event stuff with Peter Moylan on JJR last week. So I haven't listened. 2 hours 15 minutes. Been busy. I'm sorry about it.
you can skip all this act stuff.
100-meter sprint, man. That's all time for me. I mean, straight line. We're going to start here. We're going to finish here. You're the fastest man in the world. And it was actually really cool because they had no idea who was going to win. Like, there was not a favorite. It was 7 guys from 8 countries. There was 2 U.S. guys.
8 guys
But there just wasn't a favorite. Like, everyone was like, I don't know.
Any of these guys could do it.
Yeah, so that was actually, I
That's
like
cool.
that. There's a guy who had a false start, and you're instantly eliminated, and it's like, dog. That's
You
the
can't do that.
Rather lose than that. I'd rather finish 8th than get the DQ. That's scary. So that was pretty crazy. My heart dropped for him. That's
Sucks
kind
for
of the
that
Olympics. Been watching a lot of volleyball. Watched a lot of water polo. I do like that it's just
Stuff pops
on. I do love that it's just on. Like, I turn on the... So I said this last time, I didn't know the Olympic channels. Now that I know them, you can find an Olympic sport at any hour.
You can
Any
find
hour.
One of them that you're going to... You don't even have to fully lock in. It can just be your background thing, and you selectively tune in.
Right. And it's just so ridiculous. I want to... Where are we at on the timer? We got to be over it.
Yeah, we're
All
at
right.
the 20-minute thing I put.
That's part of the sports. NBA free agency starts today. There's some Kyle Lowry rumors to the Heat. Is that official or fake
No,
official?
I think
Or
it's like kind of fake official. All my guys are saying expect it to happen, but 6 o'clock tonight Eastern time.
BBD's guys. Yeah, it starts tonight.
They
Usually,
might be doing a sign and trade thing. Dragic and Precious Achua to Toronto. Feels like the corresponding move. Dragic makes sense.
NBA usually has some good movement on opening night. I think our Thursday ep, we should have a lot of action
be
there.
like
I think that'll be the
recapping
good
what
NBA free
happened.
agent. That'll be the recap. So we'll catch
Quick,
some
like,
of that
thing,
there.
Kawhi opted out of the last year of his
Yeah.
deal, but he's gonna, which is fake interesting. He's gonna just do a 1+1 that
Right.
makes him eligible for a 5-year
more
deal
money.
next year.
That's how the NBA works. The Chris
So I
Paul
think you can't
stuff's
do it
fun.
because he's only been there 2 years now. If he has a 3rd year, they have his bird rights. He can do a 5-year contract next summer.
Gotcha. Chris Paul is a free agent. That's exciting because he's been really good. So yeah, we'll have NBA coming up.
Chris Paul's the most interesting.
We're
like,
sneaking
person,
up
a
on
bunch of role
football.
players.
I think someone told me it's 6 Sundays till football season.
I mean, we're like 2 or 3 weeks away from.
It's August, dude.
Or 2 weeks away from like
Preseason,
games,
probably.
Which
It's
that, like I won't
August.
watch, but
Yeah.
Cool.
No, you watch the first
Bobby
one on
coming up here
Thursday
soon?
night, and then you're like, oh, I think so. I think a
Yeah.
couple weeks.
watch the first drive of your team's first game.
Okay, so that's the sports for now. Tight episode, guys. Tight episode. I think you guys might like the tight episode. A little easier to digest. Share with your friends. Speaking of Bakers, comment of the day. Burn through it real quick. We're up to 346 subs. Next show, I could see us at 35. I think I really could. You guys are the best. Best comment from last episode was Josh Osborne, our guy. He got me good with this. What a conundrum. Graphic says July 29th. Title says July 28th. This was filmed while Jake was in the office, yet he's talking about future Jake flying back from Florida. Does time even exist? No.
Yeah.
No.
So fair.
It's a great comment. And then I'll give 37 Will Dog shout out. Josh Giddey, dark horse for Rookie of the Year. Amazing passer, and the shooting is coming along. And he was one of the surprises of the draft, right? He went a little earlier.
6.
He went a little earlier.
Which is, he was the Thunder used him with their first selection of the night. I'm guessing if he can shoot at all, he'll make some noise this year.
Love that. Love that.
With the very little I know about anybody.
Nothing. Bro of the night goes to the dudes that shared the gold medal. Good for them. Being that competitive of athletes and being able to be like, I'm done competing. Like, you're my equal. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I know there's that other
Friends.
side that I mentioned, which still does exist.
Yeah.
But
That moment is a good moment.
we'll give it to them. BBD, bro of the night.
I'll give he isn't getting the bro of the night, but shout out to Max Schrock, Evan Phillips, who's always in here tweeted at us saying to give it to him. I won't give it to him because Jonah Heim hit walk-off home runs back-to-back days, which I think we're going to talk about on Talking Baseball in a few.
Xander won gold in the golf. Feo, thank you for that. That was really cool. Olympics are cool. That's who I was going to give my bro of the night to. The first people that got the Olympics together, because it's a lot, especially back in the day. Like, there weren't planes and stuff.
How do you tell the other countries to get involved?
Literally. Sending letters
and
over it.
And then they say, okay.
Guys, this was a tidy Wake and Jake. We thank you. We were up against it this morning. Talking baseball coming up. So much stuff on JOMBOY Media Network. Sequence, Trevor Plouffe, Chris Rose Rotation, Brian Wilson back in the mix. Go check that out. Pinstripe Strong, Talking Yanks. No Yankees tears today, people. Good Yankees stuff. Love that. JOMBOY Jake TV, I think we're playing, or we might be back to watching. I think we're back to watching. Go check out Last JJR. I still have to. Talking Giants, they're in episode a day mode. Talking Knicks, talking Nets, everything. JOMBOY Media.
Did something.
Breakdowns.
If not, they will have something because free agency.
Breakdowns are good. Thank you, guys.
Farm to Fame.
Bake the Algorithm, Farm to Fame, all of it. Jolly Olive.